A night of panic in the great house of Collinwood, for Barnabas Collins especially. Forced to become a Leviathan because the cruel clan holds Josette hostage in the past, Barnabas has a new and frightening problem. Paul Stoddard has disappeared, run from the house searching for evidence of the mysterious plot he so fears. He goes to the antique shop, and there in an upstairs room, he discovers a secret that shocks him so much he is easily captured. And now Paul, confined to a small windowless room, suddenly smells the same heavy, strange odor he smelled in the room before. And he hears a sound which terrifies him.
Same sickening smell. The same as in that room. I can hear it. Breathing. It's got to be my imagination.
No! No, it's not! It's coming! It's coming! No way out! No way out! Stop him! Do it now! Good. Don't move, Mr. Stoddard. Stop it! You will not have him! You understand? You will not! Now stop it! Stay where you are. Now you will follow me from this room. When you are human, you will never do this again. Never! If I have to use control to force you, I will. But forget this man! Forget him! Follow me. Come. No! You will obey me! Come.
Come. Don't turn back.
You know you're never to leave this room. You know that. Get back in that room. No, you are not to control me. The room! Get in there. Now stay in there. Megan! Megan, come here!
What is it, Barnabas?
You heard nothing.
I must thank you, mustn't I?
For what?
Oh, I was so frightened. I knew he was out. I tried to wake Philip, but, he'd taken some sleeping pills. I couldn't wake him. I was so frightened.
You should never have unbolted that door, Megan. Don't lie to me. I know you let him out, and I know why. You will stay here, and you will do nothing until I have taken care of Paul Stoddard.
Mr. Stoddard. Mr. Stoddard?
Incredible. It's as if his clothing were rotting away. That smell, I noticed it the moment you brought him into the room, that heavy, sweet smell.
I'm sorry that I had to bring him here, but I didn't know what else to do. I couldn't take him to Collinwood.
Look at his arm. Hairs on it are singed.
How could that happen?
Mr. Stoddard?
No, that won't do any good. He's in shock.
Did he say anything in the car?
I don't think he even knew who I was.
How long can something like this last?
Oh, I don't know. With Amy, it was the same way with Amy.
What are you talking about?
She was in the shop playing. The next thing that I knew was that she came to Chris's cottage, and she couldn't speak. She was terrified.
Julia, don't you think we should call the police?
And say what?
They could go to the shop. Good heavens, if there is
No,
something there.
no, not yet.
Because of Barnabas. You think he may be involved in this?
I know he is. I don't know how. I don't believe he's doing this of his own free will. But tonight I saw him. He came out of the shop. He stopped. He thought. He went back in. He's in there now.
Julia, I think it's time you were more realistic about Barnabas Collins.
I can't be. If we bring the police in now, whoever is responsible for this will go underground. We must wait. Wait, please wait until Paul Stoddard can speak.
Very well, Julia. Tell me what frightened Amy so much.
She saw Grant Douglas, and she thought that he was Quentin.
Yes, that would have terrified her. But it wouldn't terrify Paul Stoddard.
There's so many things I don't understand. Why are his clothes this way?
Perhaps Amy never got close enough to whatever it is. What is it, Julia?
His pulse is very slow. But that's the way it is with shock. I'd better go to Collinwood and get my medical bag.
I'm sure if I'd experienced what Paul Stoddard apparently has, I'd take refuge and sleep too.
Don't say I'm
Excuse me.
here. You haven't seen me all evening.
Hello? Oh, yes. Hello, Osmond. How are you? Very well, thanks. The large painting will be finished in about 3 hours. That's splendid. No, you needn't call Dr. Hoffman. I'm expecting to hear from him myself very soon. Thank you. Thanks for calling. Goodbye.
I'd forgotten all about that. It does seem taking advantage of you to leave Paul Stoddard here.
I quite agree with you, Julia.
But I can't take him to Wyncliffe the way he is now.
I don't think I'd allow you to, anyway. I like to see the end of a story once I've begun it.
But it can be dangerous.
Don't be melodramatic, Julia.
You don't know. You must take this seriously. You must never let him alone, ever. They'll be after him, and they'll do anything they can to get him. Do you understand that? I'll have to tell Carolyn where he is.
You think you should?
We can trust her. We must. She's so worried about her father.
But Carolyn works in that shop.
I trust her, and you must. She's the only one we can. Listen, I'll leave phone numbers if I have to leave Collinwood. You stay here, and if there's any change, you let me know. But don't use his name. You must be more careful with this than you've ever been with anything in your life.
Paul Stoddard is gone. Why did Barnabas come back into the shop? That's what I want to know. I can't be blamed for this. He must be. Can we really trust Barnabas? Can we?
Hello?
Mrs. Stoddard, please.
Well, she's not in.
Oh, did she leave a number where she can be reached?
No, not that I know of. I'm sorry.
Who is this, please?
This is Olivia Corey. I'm sorry. There's no one here. I'm waiting for Dr. Hoffman.
Would you take a message, please? It is very important that Mrs. Stoddard call Megan Todd
Of course.
as soon as she gets in.
All right.
Thank you.
Oh, thank God you're here, Julia. I've been waiting and waiting.
Wait just a moment.
Julia, please. That man, Mr. Best, is here. In Collinsport. I saw him in the hotel lobby. He was simply looking at his watch and smiling at me. Tonight, Julia. Tonight he'll come for me.
But how much time do you have? You must tell me.
2 hours.
All right, Amanda. You must go back to the hotel. You must stay with Grant Douglas. You must do everything you can to make him remember.
No, he'll never say he loves me. Oh, he must. Or else, when there's a knock on the door, I'll answer it, and Mr. Best will be there. And this time, he'll give me no more time.
2 hours.
Where are you going?
Professor Osmond said Quentin's portrait would be ready in 3. We must see it before then. Now, you go back to the hotel and stay with Grant. I'll call you. Amanda, you must keep trying.
You know, my dear, you're different. Quite different from the first time we met. You're changing. It's almost as if Olivia Corey, the toast of Broadway, is disappearing.
If I'm not Olivia Corey, then who am I?
You know, everybody's always asking me questions. Everybody seems to forget that I'm the original man without answers.
You must answer at least one.
What's wrong, Olivia?
Don't call me that.
Why? That's your name, isn't it? You're looking at me as if I could help you.
I'm sorry.
Well, don't be. Because I would if I could, and you know it. You know, when you first brought me back here from the hospital, you said one thing. And I asked you about it, but you would never answer me. Will you answer me now?
Yes.
Why did you say we had met before? But if you know, why won't you tell me? Look, if you know something about me that I don't, tell me. Please. You know, I'm afraid I don't understand the rules of this game.
I didn't make them up.
And what does that mean? Who? Where did we meet? Because I also had the feeling we've met before. Olivia. Help me. Please help me.
Could you love me? Tonight, this night, could you look at me and say, I love you, and mean it? You couldn't?
That's your answer, not mine. Is it so important?
Yes, it is to me.
Now listen to me. It would be very easy for me to lie to you. Sometimes I have the feeling I've lied to many beautiful women. Now don't turn away from me. Now look, how does a man without a past know whether he's in love or not? Now, whatever I feel for you, and I feel a great deal, it's always the unknown. And somehow I have the feeling that in my other life there's a woman whom I love very much. Now, why can't I remember? Why?
Hello?
Amanda, you must bring him to Professor Osmond's immediately.
The portrait.
We will see it.
It's our only chance.
Mr. Stoddard, I'm afraid I didn't take you sufficiently seriously the other evening. But you can trust me, Mr. Stoddard, I assure you of that. Look at me, please, Mr. Stoddard. Look at me. Can you speak? You must tell me what happened in that antique shop.
Professor Osmond allowed us to see the painting alone.
I should be used to you dragging me into strange rooms by now. What is it this time, Doctor?
It's a portrait of Quentin Collins, painted by Charles Delaware Tate.
Another attempt to prove that I'm 100 years old, huh? And you take it as seriously as she does.
Yes.
Why? Have you ever seen that portrait? Does it look exactly like me?
No, I haven't seen it. It was covered by a landscape that Professor Osmond had removed. He's now placed it on another canvas.
Oh, I see. 2 Tates for 1, huh? Commercially, not a bad deal. And I'm supposed to stare at it and suddenly say, I'm Quentin Collins. It all comes back to me now. This is too insane.
No, it's not. Believe me.
All right, my lady. Now, just what secret do you know? Or both of you? Well, come on, there must be one, or you're both crazy. You know, I should walk right out of this room and straight out of this house.
No, please.
Now,
Please.
you must look at the portrait and let it have whatever effect it has on you. You know how vitally important it is to all of us that you regain your memory.
It would seem to concern no one but me, Doctor.
You're wrong, Grant.
Very wrong. You must try to clear your mind of anger and be as responsive as possible.
All right.